Barry Gibb finally spoke about Kenny Rogers, and what he revealed surprised everyone. For most of his life, Barry Gibb was seen as the voice behind the Bee Gees, a man whose music shaped generations. But behind the legendary falsetto and global success was a quieter story, one about loss, survival, and a friendship that helped him hold himself together when everything else fell apart. Barry was born on September 1, 1946, on the Isle of Man, a small place that gave no hint of the massive career ahead of him. Music filled his childhood early, not because of ambition, but because it was how the Gibb family connected. As the oldest brother, Barry felt a sense of duty long before he understood fame. He looked after Robin and Maurice, guiding them not only in music, but in life. When the family moved to Australia, music became serious. The brothers performed constantly, learning harmony, timing, and how to feel an audience. Barry naturally took the lead, not by force, but by focus. He believed in the work and pushed himself harder than anyone else. Their return to England in the 1960s marked the beginning of everything. The Bee Gees released songs that didn't sound like anyone else's, emotional, vulnerable, and real. Barry wrote lyrics that felt like private thoughts, turning pain and hope into melodies people could feel. The success grew quickly, but Barry stayed rooted in the writing. In the 1970s, his voice changed, and with it, music changed. His falsetto became iconic, carrying the sound of an era. When Saturday Night Fever arrived, the Bee Gees didn't just dominate the charts, they transformed popular music. Yet Barry never chased disco. He chased emotion. Rhythm was just the vehicle. Away from the spotlight, Barry became a trusted songwriter for other artists. He had a gift for understanding voices and writing songs that fit like they were meant to be there all along. One of the artists he deeply respected was Kenny Rogers. To Barry, Kenny was something rare in the industry, steady, honest, and calm. As the years passed, Barry's life was shaken by tragedy. Andy died in 1988. Maurice in 2003. Robin in 2012. With each loss, Barry felt more alone. The harmonies were gone. The shared history was gone. For the first time, he was carrying the legacy by himself. During that painful time, Kenny Rogers became a quiet support. He never tried to fix anything. He simply stayed. Barry later said that Kenny understood grief without turning it into a performance. Sometimes they didn't talk about music at all. They talked about life, about aging, about learning when to slow down. Kenny once told Barry, "You don't beat time, you walk beside it." Those words changed Barry's outlook. He stopped trying to prove himself and started writing with honesty instead of pressure. His later songs were softer, but deeper. They came from acceptance rather than ambition. In 2020, Barry released Greenfields, an album that reimagined Bee Gees classics with country artists like Dolly Parton and Alison Krauss. The songs sounded older, wiser, and more emotional. That same year, Kenny Rogers passed away. The loss hit Barry harder than he expected. It felt like losing another guide. When Barry finally spoke about Kenny, he didn't talk about hits or fame. He talked about humanity. He said Kenny reminded him to stay real in a world that constantly pushes artists to become brands. Kenny, he said, helped him remain a person, not a product. Barry's later years became about honoring the past while still moving forward. He received the Kennedy Center Honor in 2023, a moment that recognized his lifetime of songwriting. In 2024, he became deeply involved in the Bee Gees biopic, determined to tell the story truthfully, not just the glory, but the pain too. At home, Barry's life stayed strong. After a short early marriage, he found lasting love with Linda Gray. Their partnership became the center of his life, giving him peace when fame brought chaos. Together, they built a family that kept him grounded through everything. Today, Barry Gibb is more than a legend. He is a survivor. And the truth he finally shared about Kenny Rogers wasn't a confession, it was a thank you. Because in the end, Barry said, Kenny Rogers taught him something simple but powerful: music is about honesty, and life is about staying human, no matter how big the world makes you.